I would actually like to take a minute though and share a little bit of an update for Cody because so
Okay.
many people on here have followed his story and the reason that we got into patching. And so I would like to make a big announcement to everybody that I haven't made yet, if that's okay.
Please. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we got started in with LifeWave for my husband Cody. He had a back surgery April 2022. Doctors accidentally shredded a nerve that controls his right foot during the surgery and left him with what's called drop foot. So he had an 18-month recovery window that they said, wherever you are during that 18 months is where you're going to be at. There was not a lot going on. And so we started patching after the 18-month point, and they said you weren't going to have a recover and you're not going to fly again. So you fast forward to now, which is about 36 months after, and he is nearly done with his approval to go back fly for the Air Force. He is going through the process with the FAA, so he's going to be back flying with FedEx. And you guys, he is nearing a full recovery. Like he gets new nerve feelings and growth and things every single week. And so, what I love about this story is when you're told something, fight back, guys, take control, right? It's because that's the biggest thing that this company, LifeWave, these patches have taught us is don't accept something because they don't know what your body can do. And that's what the patch does, right? It gives your body the tool that it needs to go and do what it knows how to do. So, it's such a great story. He will be going into the simulator in a couple weeks, and that'll pretty much finish that off. He'll do a couple flights at home, and then he is back up operating the KC-135 air refueling jet for the Air Force, and then he'll be flying. He's actually going to switch airframes, I think, when he goes back to FedEx. But anyway,
Amanda.
so
Amanda, I gotta say, obviously this is incredible, incredible, incredible news. And a lot of us have heard this story from the beginning, right? So I remember when you first met you and you were implementing these patches and then you introduced your amazing husband Cody, right? And you were like, didn't they say something to him like get a different career or something like
yes,
that? Like it was
yeah, he said
pretty
you're a
much
smart
like,
guy. You can go
yep,
do something else, and we're like,
do something
no,
else.
no.
Yep. So here's a pilot, right? He's passionate. He's an amazing, expert, pilot. And they're saying you're a smart guy, get a different job, right? So remind us like what patches did he wear? Did he focus mostly on X39? I mean, I know that I've seen you
Yeah.
guys like exercising, so I'm sure it maybe helped him with energy or just aches and pains. Like tell us a little bit what patches he
Yep.
wore, and then a little bit about the process, like how he went, to where he is today, where basically he's back in a simulator. I mean, he's almost through the approval process, which is like, praise the Lord. So amazing.
Yep. Yep. So we talk about always just leading with and starting with X39. The
Yep.
reason that we didn't just start with X39 is because we were past that healing window. Doctors say that your nerve is going to regenerate a certain millimeters every day. So from the back to the foot, it was 6 months of time. And so we threw everything at it because time was not on our side. So we started with 39, 49, carnosine, glutathione, and eon, and ice for pain.
All right.
And
So you're implementing a lot of the patches, right? You're
yep,
implementing a lot of the patches. So Ice Wave is helping with some of the acute pain that he had going on, right?
yep, yep, exactly.
Carnosine
And
is the
so,
electrical system, the central nervous system. So some of the nerve
yep, and
things.
scar tissue as well
Okay.
is why we put the
Okay.
carnosine on there. And so here's what was interesting is we initially just because we didn't know much. And so we just like look at the book, put them all on, and 3 months went by. His skin looks great, his hair is growing in.
Yeah.
But what really was even more of an issue at that time was when you change your gait, the issues roll uphill. And so he got really bad bursitis. So I'm talking like heavy narcotics like oxycodone, different things daily, 800 milligrams ibuprofen, and
Wow.
steroid injection. So that was actually the main issue at the point.
And so
And
you start getting like compensation issues, right? Because he's putting more weights on his
exactly.
opposite foot,
Yep.
foot, knee, hip, back, all those things. Hmm.
Exactly. And so the 3 month point went, and I literally was on a Zoom, or one of your guys' resumes, and
Yep.
Renita's mentioned to put it where it hurts. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, so we moved all of them to that hip with the bursitis, you guys, 3 days everything
Um,
was changing. The inflammation went down. His muscles started firing. He's doing strength and like power moves at physical therapy. And they dry needle and scrape him, and they said, "What are you doing different? Because you don't have any inflammation anymore." And he's like, "I don't know.
wow.
My wife is putting these patches on me." I mean, he didn't know what on earth was, what they were at the point. And I just said, just don't skip days, don't skip days. And
Yeah.
at that point is, but what that tells us is that the body had so much inflammation for it
Hmm.
to work through. And we know that there's can be greater stimulation at the point. So as soon as we moved it, in my opinion, it's almost like a little hint that says, "Hey, body, I know you have got a lot of trauma to work through. That if you could
Right.
help us out on this hip right here," and we put
Yeah.
him all right there. And he wore it like that for, I mean, a good 5, 6 months.
Hmm.
And so then that's where all the strength, and once you get rid of that pain, then you can really start to focus on the healing and things. So
Yeah.
yep. And now he moves him around. He'll put him on his shin. He'll a lot of times he just wears it where the book shows. We've added energy enhancer. We don't even use ice wave anymore because he doesn't have any pain anymore.
That's amazing. So,
Yeah.
and what I love too, it's a story of patience and discipline and consistency, right? So I think we saw you at, I believe it was Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, right? At the Hard Rock.
Hmm.
Is that when you guys were doing workouts? And already at that
Yeah.
time, we had seen Cody really start to improve. In fact, he was jumping rope, and I mean, like we were just impressed, like with the progress. But what I love about Cody's story, Amanda, and about you is you continue to encourage each other. You start with the X39, but then you realize, okay, we're going to start implementing some of these other patches if we're learning about them. And all of you on the call, I mean, we always lead with the X39. You're gonna, we hear people say they're sleeping better. They're not wearing the Silent Night. They're wearing X39. We hear energy
Yep.
levels improve. They're not necessarily using the energy enhancer patches. They're using X39. We've learned from studies, clinical studies, that X39 increases your glutathione by 30%. So glutathione patches increase your glutathione by up to 300%, but you can get that benefit from X39. But when you're trying to experience more of the benefits, if it's within your budget, right? Try some of the other patches, and it's just a matter of time. And then again, what I love about Cody is this consistency, and kind of, it's like patience almost seems a bit passive, because I know when I see
Yeah.
you guys, you're very focused, you're very determined, tenacious even, right? So working out, like this is the end goal, like he's going to be flying these planes, right? So it's not patience just sitting back and like, praying for a miracle. It's like pray for the miracle and then, walk it
Do the
out, like
work.
go do the work, do the hard work. And so I am so proud of Cody, Amanda, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for your kids, so they get to see their dad, do
Yep.
what he loves and be passionate, and just see that, the body was really designed to heal. And these patches, we don't claim that it cures, prevents, and treats things, but these patches kind of remind Cody, hey, you're not supposed to have, these issues. Your body's supposed to be healthy. You're supposed to sleep good. You're supposed to have energy. Your tendons and ligaments and muscles are supposed to be balanced and functioning. And it's amazing now you guys wearing the patches over 36 months. Like you said, you just continue to see these benefits. So, Amanda, thank you so much. Give Cody a
Absolutely.
huge hug for
I
us and
will
tell
do.
him, we're proud of him. I think we have Ashley.